Kate, Sam here at Handcrafts. So I've recently started doing videos and this is my third one. The first two I've just done sort of music and I thought this time that I might give a little VO a go because I just wanted to see if that works better. I really hate the sound of my own voice, which is why I've put it off until now. Okay, so this evening I've made a card using the Art Bunny and Brambles stamp set. I've picked a couple of cute stamps out of the set and I decided to do like a grid layout. So I'm just now going to ink up my stamp with Memento ink. And then I'm just going to impress it onto my white cardstock. Now I did struggle with this stamp a little bit. I found that it took me quite a few goes to get a good impression. It is a very intricate stamp and I'm still very much learning, so I think that's why it took me a little bit longer with this stamp. Okay, so I picked out my colours. I'm using Spectrum Noir pens and I just coloured in the leaves. To start with I did all the green and then I went on to do the raspberries after. I'm by no means an expert when it comes to colouring in. I go with what I feel. What I usually do is a web search, say, of raspberries and then look at the images and see what comes up. And I'd try to look at that and then see if I could see what shading to do and what sort of light and dark patches there are on the fruits. But it's pretty much freestyle. I'm not following any instructions. I've not really researched shading. Like I say, I just go with what I feel. So now I'm just going to stamp my little mouse. I'm just going to put my cardstock onto my stamping press. Ink up my little mouse. I'm not sure if I said already, but I'm using Memento ink. And he just needs another little go there, so I'm just going to stamp him up again. And that's it, he's done. And I've picked out my brown colours, and I'm just going to now colour him in. Again, the same applies, I just put shade in where I felt like it was needed. And I used a couple of different colours of brown just to give it a bit of contrast. The Spectrum Noir pens I've got, I'm using the classic ones, but I've also got this basic set that I'm using the rounded ones, they're the older versions. When I got them, I read a lot of reviews about them not being as good because they're older and obviously, you know, they've been updated as they've made more and as time has gone on. But I find that the tones are really soft and I just like my colouring to be more natural. You probably have to get them second hand now. I'm not sure where you would find them, but if you could get your hands on them, I'd definitely go for some. And then I use some pink for his little ears, his feet and his tail. I'm just going to cut around him now. I'm not going to go right in. I'm leaving a little bit of white around the border just because of his tail. It would just be too difficult to cut that right up to the black ink, so I'm leaving it with a white border around it. It's going to look better like that than if I try and cut it. Now I'm going to do my grid using my stamped raspberries. And what I decided to do is rather than just cut squares using my guillotine, I've got some stitch dies. So I decided to use those stitch dies to die cut lots of little squares to form my grid. I won't show you the whole process, I'll just quickly skip through this bit. Then I just die cut the banner for my sentiment. Now I'm just cutting down some nice burgundy red cardstock to go on the base of my card. I usually play it by eye. I am not really one for measurements unless it's a detailed card, like a special card, like a box card. If it's just cutting out, like to leave a border, I usually just look at it and do it that way. So then I just lay everything out just so I can have a look at what it looks like and just check I'm happy with everything before I glue it down. And you can see there I've stamped a sentiment onto that banner. And so I'm happy with everything, so then I'm going to glue it all down. So if you like me talking on my video with my Midlands accent over listening to music throughout, please let me know, whichever you prefer. You know, it's important to me to find out what you guys like and work with that. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. I'll be doing a new video every week.